my name is Akosua Ansah-Antwi. I work with Enterprise Insurance. So Enterprise Insurance is belongs to Enterprise Group. We have 6 subsidiaries within the group. And our goal within the group is to be able to offer financial solutions from the cradle to the grave. So what we are saying is that from the time you are born to the time that you die, we should be able to provide solutions, financial solutions for you throughout the group. So I'm with the general insurance bit. I'm here with my colleague, Hilda. She's from the pensions unit. And after me, Hilda will come on board. But insurance. When we think about insurance, I would like us to think about what is valuable to us. So we are businesswomen. If I ask you, apart from your phone, that I know that, every morning when you wake up, you are rushing to your phone. What else is valuable to you as a businesswoman? Can I get anybody? What is valuable to you within your business?
Getting to work.
It's important for you to get to work. Okay.
So, sorry.
What's it? Your human capital, the people that work with you. Yes, that's good.
So my life, without me, the business wouldn't exist.
Excellent. Your life. Any other? Your health. Your health. The machines that you work with. The tools and trades. So if you wake up one day, not about your life not being there, but any other thing within the business, if you wake up and it's not there, maybe there's been a fire or maybe it's stolen, what would be the first thing that you do? So the machines that you are using to produce items, somebody has placed an order, maybe I'm supposed to do new clothes for the person, and I wake up and there was a fire, everything has gone. What would be your immediate reaction? What would you do? Anybody? After you cry, yes. Yeah. But hopefully, with what we are coming to talk about today, we won't even have to cry. So, emotions, you cry. Next thing. Okay, so it means that you understand what insurance is, so you are talking insurance. So if you don't have insurance, after crying, what else is going through your mind? Because you're a business person, you have your dreams, you want to make sure that your business lives on, even beyond you. And here you are, you're waking up, everything is gone. So you finish crying, you think about probably going to some rich friend or rich relative to go and borrow money to get back on your feet. Okay, so, or you think about going to provide, to go and borrow money from somebody, or you probably end up at the bank. So the concept of insurance is like susu. So if we all know what susu is, everybody brings some amount of money, we put it together, and then when somebody is in need, the person can fall upon it. There are some people where they do like monthly contributions, and then at the end of the first month, you give all the money to one person, and then you move on. So insurance is just like susu. So insurance is talking about us in this room sharing the risk. We all have something which is valuable to us, and we are saying that when the thing happens, maybe the machine, I spent like $200,000 buying the machine. If I wake up and that machine is not there anymore, I don't have a rich uncle or whatever to go and get money from. So if I can pay $10 today, and Elaine can also pay $10, everybody in this room, we are all paying 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. We put it together. We know that it's not all of us that is going to suffer that loss. We don't envisage that you who live in Abokobi, one person staying at East Legon, we are going to have maybe a fire that gashes everybody. So one person would suffer, and then we'll take that money and pay that person. So that's why we call insurance a shared risk. All of us are coming together and putting that money, and we are putting it in the hands of the insurance company to protect that money for us. So this is all the rough about insurance, but I think I've explained it it's a safety net that gives us, it's about pooling premium. And yes, insurance is really not just about protecting tangible assets. I think people have mentioned life, people have mentioned health. So anything that could cause a disruption to our business, we need to insure it. So your staff, if they are sick and they don't come to work, it would have an impact on your ability to do the work. And so you need to have some sort of health insurance for them, because paying money to take care of that can be costly. So you can go to an insurance company and take out a policy to do that. So there are some interesting things that in coming to talk to you and thinking about what can be valuable, I decided to do a bit of research. And I came across this thing, excessive laughter. So apparently in the olden days when it was black and white TV and things like that, movies, when people go to the movie theater, some people can laugh and die from laughter. And so what they decided to do is that you can take out an insurance policy. If I die from excessive laughter, the insurance policy will pay money to my dependents. So for them, that is what was important to them. We all know this lady. What's love got to do with it? And if you know about her legs, I mean, famous legs. So at the peak of her career, she insured her legs for $3.2 million. That is what was valuable to her. That is what was keeping her in business. It was her legs. So she's saying, if I should get a scar on the leg, if there's any injury, or if I fall down and I break my leg, or if my leg will have to be amputated because of anything, the insurance company pay me 3.2. And also, because of that injury, it would impact on my ability to earn income. And so that is why that insurance was taken out. This model, Claudia Shiva, her face is what is valuable to her, because that's how she makes her money. She insured her face for $5 million. Again, it's to cover her for scars and all that. So for us sitting in this room, what is valuable to us? Yes, for somebody it may be your voice. For somebody it may be even your hands that you are using to you understand? I mean, in Ghana, I'm not sure whether you get insurance for those things. You may have to go to Lloyd's in London and get it. Yeah.
The British football.
Yes. So look at the footballers and all that. So it is about ensuring what is vulnerable to you. And people tend to think of insurance as, I only do it if maybe I've gone for a facility from the bank and the bank is mandating, that I do it. People think about the cost. But when you think about the premium that you're paying and the cost to you when you lose your assets and the consequential loss, so this physical asset is gone, but even the impact it has on my business in terms of the other losses, the profits I'll make from the business I could do, it's wide. And so insurance should be part of our planning. Even as we went through the business plans, I think Franklin talked about this morning and everything, insurance should be top of mind for us. So I think I've talked about it, in terms of, as a way for you to transfer your risk. Give your risk to the people who know how to manage it better. You are protecting your finances. And you're also complying with the law. I don't know whether you all know that the Workmen Compensation Act requires that you pay compensation to your employees. The law doesn't require you to take out an insurance policy. Law just says that if you have an employee, a workman, and the person is injured in the course of work, you have to compensate them. Now, you can pass on that liability to insurance. And then, of course, as we move to here, we are in the motor, so I'll talk about those things. And basically, once you have insurance, you can just go and lounge on the beach because insurance is giving you peace of mind. So when we talk about insurance, we have the non-life. So the non-life is the one that we are looking at your assets and also your liabilities. As a business person, if you allow people to come to your premises, and whilst they're on your premises, they are injured, there's a liability. If you produce like products, even the food and things that go out, there's a product liability attached to that. If I consume your food and anything happens to me, we've had claims from people going to KFC and things like that. So if something like that happens, there's a product liability claim that can be made. A lot of people don't know about this because in our parts of the world, I think, we like we don't really follow. But it is there, and someday somebody may want to take you up on that. You need to have a liability insurance for injury to people who come to your premises and also when it comes to products. Life insurance, we all know there's life, you can take for your life, your family, and you need interest.
Sorry.
Okay. So funerals, for example, is a big thing in Ghana. When somebody passes away, we are having meetings, we need to pull together money and all that. You can pass on that liability to an insurance company for you. Those are your unique interests. And then health insurance, somebody has mentioned their staff, your family, and the community in which they can do health insurance. And for us insurance companies, what we do is you can either go directly to the insurance company to set out the policy, or you can go through a broker. A broker is an independent agent, so the broker doesn't work for the insurance company. The broker has the flexibility to shop around for you, so they can go to different insurance companies and try and get you the best rates and best deals. And then we also have agents. As for agents, they work with the insurance company. Okay, so some of the solutions available for you. Motor, everybody knows. Home insurance. A lot of people in our parts of the world will not insure their homes because they think, oh, nothing would happen. But when you think about the premium for home insurance, it's so small. Motor insurance, the rate of motor insurance is higher, way higher than home insurance. But people don't think about that. Travel insurance. When you travel, you get there, your baggage is lost, or you even get to another country and you fall sick. Travel insurance covers that. But again, we travel, but we don't think about that. I'll talk about access or rates later, but employees' liability is to cover your workmen. So there are all sorts of life insurance policies as well, and then the health insurance. So I'll just go and talk about two policies that I want us to delve into. So because we are women here, I decided to pick there's a Lady Care Bloom life policy, and it is actually tailored to the risks that women are faced with. So it will provide cover for, fibroid surgery removal, critical illness like, the cancers that women get and all that. And when you look at the premium that you need to pay between 50 Ghana cedis to 100 Ghana cedis a month, just have that peace of mind that for my business continuity, should something happen to me, I want to make sure that there's money to take care of me and that my business can live on. My company will be 100 years next year. And I always say that the founders of the company have the foresight to put in place structures so that the business can move on and live beyond them. And I'm sure that's the dream of everybody sitting here, that we want, our legacy should be protected such that even when we are not there, our businesses can move on. So this is a life cover and it's tailored for women. I'll talk about one for protecting your business. So an accessory risk policy is a policy that sort of looks at all the various risks that you are exposed to. The material damage, so we are talking about the physical assets. If you own the building, the things that are in it, equipment that you are using and all that. It covers that. It also gives you a liability cover, public liability. If the building should collapse and your things are damaged, will cover that. Fire, flood, and burglary thefts is also covered. And then we have what we call consequential loss. So I explained it earlier. Because of the damage that has ensued, I'm losing profits. But you can't just come and tell the insurance company that just because this thing has happened, I've lost profits. You would have to show a certain trend. My equipment was there and I was working on a monthly basis. This is the sort of profit that I make. When you take this policy, and that policy, you need to take it with the accessories policy. So you need to first have a policy that covers the machine that you are using to work. If that is damaged, you want us, in addition to paying you for that machine, to also pay the loss of profits because you can't work anymore. It's a more comprehensive cover and it's very exhaustive. No business is too small. No business is too small for insurance. Think of it as what is valuable to you. If that business is valuable to you, you need to make sure that you insure it. The premium you pay is very, very, very small. I mean, just try it. I was talking to somebody the other day, and then when sorry.
Can we insure the camera?
Can you insure the camera? Yes. So we have a policy for events. It's called an events liability, and it's given to people, you know, who do sort of organize events, and it covers the equipment that you use and also your liability to people. So maybe you organize something at stadium, and then there's a stampede or something. So it covers that. It covers your liability and also that. So you can insure it.
Okay. So my problem with the insurance company when it comes to dealing with entrepreneurs,
Especially those who are in the marketplaces, please help us choose the right policies. So my shop again, they made me choose so many policies and I was paying premiums on all those policies. They made me choose flood, policy on flooding. And my business place didn't have any, it wasn't a flood prone area. So when I had a problem with another clinic, I called them. They said, because mine was flat. And I knew very well that I was there was no way there was no. The last one, everywhere that I do, I was in the former center. I was working for the government before I went to London. And people come tell me, insurance on there. When you say,
That becomes the add-on. If you would have had a flat, if you are now only beg like what happened? You'll be a wadi. Okay, so normally the basic cover is fire. You start with fire and then we add on flood and all those things to it. But there's another policy which is called an accessories policy. I didn't want to confuse people. You will be a friend named peril. You say you want fire, you want earthquake, you want this, that is what I'm going to do. Then there's another policy which is an access or risk cover. So we are saying that apart from what I've indicated that I will not cover, I'm covering everything in two different types. But we are named fire. The other one says, I'm giving you cover for anything that can disrupt you, unless I have said I won't cover it. So it's like the opposite. Then the second thing about people saying that, you know, claim back before it's here. Maybe I don't know, help me. No, that Hilda will help me answer that one. So I'm going to do the comprehensive and third party. Okay. So third party policy, in fact, most policies may be at three. We start from the basic. And we start from the basic. So the basic one, we're only covering your liabilities, third parties. You drive into somebody's car, or your vehicle knocks somebody, and the person is injured or the person dies. When the person is injured or dies, because we cannot place a value on human life, it's unlimited. It is a matter of negotiations. Nipa Lebra, Bako Hospital, Dr. Namano, the disability 40%. The person comes to sit down, insurance company will look at medical expenses, blah blah, and then we pay. Third party property damage, the only kind of copy will be. What we do is that there's a limit on the policy. So it's either 6,000, 10,000, or you can buy a higher cover if you want. So that is the limit, that is third party. Then we move on to the middle cover. The middle cover is called third party fire and theft. So everything I've described for third party, then we build on. We say that your car catches fire, we'll pay. Your car is stolen, we'll pay. That's the middle one. Then the last one, which is the reason why we call it comprehensive, is because we've layered up all the three. You have the third party, you have the third party fire and theft, and we also have what we call the own damage. I'm driving my car, I drove it into a tree. Please, come and pay my claim for me. That one is the comprehensive. Yes, it's impact. Yes. So it's three covers. So comprehensive is more expensive because it's wider. And third party is cheaper because that is the minimum that the law requires. So for most people, they do the third party. That's the difference.
One thing. How
we answer question.
How long would it take for the either buying of the car or paying of the money comes out?
So it depends. It depends on the insurance company. I'll say that because we are regulated, the regulator has come up with timelines within which insurance companies should pay claims. So some people will pay it quickly, but we all try to pay it quickly. I don't want to be speaking for my company because I'm supposed to talk about insurance and not enterprise insurance. So I don't want to talk about my time. You understand? It has to be a general insurance thing, but we should process it quickly for you.
So,
do you have a claim? If you have a claim, then
I just want
you need help, I can help you.
I think
so
this
maybe
question is what the
after
time frame.
So after
we want to know the
after
time.
getting an accident today, or maybe I insured the car maybe last week.
For a comprehensive
Yeah, maybe last week, and then within 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
there's an accident. Will be yes, unless we suspect foul play or we suspect that something has happened. So the assess. We always need to bear in mind that as human beings, there are people who would want to benefit, unduly. So if you insure your vehicle within because we don't see the vehicle before it's insured. So unlike outside, in Ghana, you just call me and tell me, Akosua, I bought this vehicle, I want to insure it. We just send you documents. So I won't physically see the vehicle. So for some insurance companies, they have something like a trigger. If you insure the vehicle today and you put in a claim a week, they would want to do a lot more investigations than they would. But if they don't suspect any foul play, I don't see why they should delay in paying the claim. You wanted to know the process that we go through. So when the accident happens, you are supposed to inform your insurer, first of all. When you inform the insurer, if it's comprehensive, which is your own vehicle, we will ask you to bring an estimate. When you bring the estimates, we will go to the workshop that you want to go and repair the vehicle and go and discuss the estimates with the person who issued it. We want to see, the estimate says that the two front lights damaged, the bumper damaged. We actually want to go and see whether it's true. Then we also look at the price that they are quoting. Are they too expensive? So maybe your car is a Benz, you bought it from Silver Star. So that's where you've been servicing it. You want to do Silver Star. You don't want to take it anywhere else. So we go and we have that discussion. When we are satisfied, we will authorize repairs because we are not paying the money to you. So we authorize repairs, Silver Star. When Silver Star finishes the vehicle, they'll bring the bill to us. So your waiting period is the time it's taking for the vehicle to be repaired. There are some people who will come and say, I want you to give me the money. That one, we call it cash in lieu of repairs. And that will typically happen if you are not repairing it at the recognized dealerships. maybe, you know, we have a lot of home second-hand, the videos we call home second-hand, so maybe where you bought it, you know, and, you know, you have your own workshop. So you come, again, it is the time it takes you, first of all, to get us the estimates, and for us to go and have those discussions. And in having those discussions, maybe you want the whole vehicle to be sprayed. And the insurance company will say that, oh, but this one, it's only this small place. Why wouldn't they spray that? You say you won't understand. And so maybe they'll tell you to contribute. That is what will delay it. But if we're authorizing repairs for you, it shouldn't be a problem because it's dependent on the workshop. If the parts are there and the repair.